In retirement, we need multiple sources of income to meet our needs. The 30 plus 9 savings plan can turbocharge your income plan with its 30% deposit match and 9.5% guaranteed annual rate of return. Backed by a Fortune 100 company, the 30 plus 9 plan provides safety, security, and peace of mind. It's something everyone should take a look at. For free information, call or text to 888-411-4130 or click this video to learn more.
For more than 30 years, Fisher House Foundation has provided families of wounded, injured, and ill service members and veterans a home away from home at no cost, because a family's love is good medicine. Learn more at fisherhouse.org.
Your chance at a jackpot is waiting on every corner. Head to your favorite New York lottery retailer and grab a Powerball ticket today for your chance to win the ever-growing jackpot, currently over $100 million. Good luck out there in New York. Please play responsibly.
Or could be built there, and they're worried about the possible impacts. The county says the new tax revenue from this deal could exceed $20 million in the first year. That's some badly needed tax revenue.
7 News' John Rogers. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is frustrated after another teen takeover in Navy Yard Saturday night.
A group of young people started congregating near the metro station around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. By 8:30, about 200 teens were there, leading to assaults, robberies, a gun going off, and arrests.
I am disappointed that we've seen children act in this way again.
Teen takeovers happened at Navy Yard in May and last Halloween. An extended juvenile youth curfew's been implemented there some weekends at 8 p.m., but not when this happened.
We're going to fully use our juvenile curfew.
Heather Curtis on WMAL and WMAL.com.
It's St. Patty's Day. Sober Rides again offering free Lyft rides home for over-imbibers, but cost issues are now impacting the nonprofit.
For Halloween, for the holiday campaign, and for Super Bowl, we're averaging a 123% increase on ridership versus the year before.
That's a good problem, says Kurt Erickson, president of the Washington Regional Alcohol Program, that pays for all the free rides home on the big drinking holidays.
It's actually a 3-person charitable organization that does this, and that annually pays $75,000 in rideshare fares alone.
And they're still saving up for Cinco de Mayo and July 4th. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Dow futures up 130 points. NASDAQ futures up 37. Traffic and weather next.
Prime one-day delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking yoga mats and fitness trackers delivered so fast you can kick off your routine tomorrow fast. We're talking waits at your door without really waiting fast. Water bottles and hydration backpacks fast and fast. Resistance bands faster than you could say feel the burn fast. Or jump ropes just a hop, skip, and a jump away, aka fast. Whew. That was actually a good workout fast. Fast one-day delivery for all things fitness. It's on Prime.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site, according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
The pediatric team at Community Health Center of the North Country understands your kids are the most important things in your life, and each one of them is unique in their own way. This means care needs to be personalized for each son or daughter you bring through the doors at our Ogdensburg Health Center. Dr. Sunny Patel and Dr. Tiffany Hecht accepting new patients now and providing that personalized pediatric care for every stage of your child's life. Visit chcnorthcountry.org for more information.
Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
The Potomac and Anacostia River crossing still hung up with a rush hour. 395 backing up out of Shirlington, Maine, and express lanes. 66 coming out of Falls Church and Arlington toward the Teddy Roosevelt Bridge. 110 southbound GW Parkway heading down toward the Key. Roosevelt 14th Street Bridge is all slow. 270 clearing out in through Rockville, heading out on the spur to join the outer loop of the Beltway. 66 to watch for some of the volume delays as you come out of Manassas, Fair Oaks, and approaching the Beltway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and cold today with a high of 43. Clear skies overnight with a low of 27, a bit colder in the suburbs. Tomorrow, more sunshine, still chilly with a high of 43. It is 34 right now at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
I feel duty-bound to prove that I, too, am a linguist with all of the languages that have been up here. So in the language of my forefathers, I'll have another drink of that fine Irish whiskey.
Yes. But, you know, he wasn't Joe Biden or anything. Joe Biden was in a coma for 4 years, and then he died. But fortunately, we all had Dr. Jill to take over. What a great doctor. What a great doctor she is. She really should have been Surgeon General. As Whoopi Goldberg once said out loud. Very low IQ people. Very low IQ. Democrats, you know, we call them Democrats. Something terribly wrong with all of them. Violently, criminally insane. You know, the Democrat Party. They're not what they used to be. You know, Ronald Reagan was a Democrat. Then he got better. I had been a Democrat. Then I met Ronald Reagan. That's cheating, I know. Not fair. Not fair, but we've got welcome back. A very happy Tuesday to you. I hope you were not destroyed by the storm of tornadoes, the radical tornadoes sweeping through the entire United States. The city yesterday was shut down. It was like a post-apocalyptic Washington, D.C., which is always nice, actually. And my best girl and I, we went out yesterday after school. I brought her out to a neighborhood establishment, and it's a place, a restaurant with a long bar. I'm guessing the bar would seat 20 bar stools, I would say, an L-shaped bar situation. And generally when we go into this place, neighborhood, we walk there and there's not a seat at the bar, because it's packed and there's a little bit of standing room behind and the tables are packed and it's loud and it's blustery. And yesterday we went in there. When did we go in there? About 7 o'clock. It was about 7 p.m. We went into the establishment and there was not a single person seated at the bar. And we asked the nice lady with the sides of her head shaved and pulled back in kind of a Rasta thing. Nice lady, nice young lady, fun, and I'd met her before. Very nice, and say, hey, where is everybody? And she, I guess everybody's afraid of the weather. Everybody's afraid of the weather. There was, at that point, a light drizzle, a very light drizzle had just ended, and there was really no wind. There was some wind yesterday in the daytime, but by this time, it was just kind of a day. If you lived in most of the country, certainly northern climes, you'd be familiar with this kind of weather. It's very commonplace. But the weather terrorists, they came up with these scary, tornadic activity. I love the word tornadic. I think it's more fun than tornado. It's tornadic because when there's activity involving tornadoes, that activity is tornadic. And yesterday they were warning us about all the tornadic activity that was looming, and they were showing pictures of homes that had been wrecked by tornadoes and things. And yesterday, driving in D.C. was like driving on Sunday. It was like, easy like Sunday morning. It was unbelievably light yesterday. Because I do the radio show, and then I finish up, and I go home, and I spend time with my best girl, and then I drive down to 14th Street for the Newsmax television show. And usually it takes quite some time to get there. Yesterday, going down, it was because of the threat of tornadic activity. It was like driving down Sunday night at 10 p.m. There was nobody on the road. Got there in half the usual amount of time. It was wonderful. Afterward, got my best girl. I said, let's go out and have a pop. It's St. Patty's Day tomorrow, but hey, what the heck? No harm getting an early start. So we went out to get a start on St. Patty's Day. And the places were empty, neighborhood restaurants, where there might even be lines of people waiting.
it was just, they were empty. And again, it was like 66 degrees. I think that's what it said on my dashboard yesterday, 66 degrees, and light drizzle and a little bit breezy. And so people were completely freaked out because of the weather reports that sounded so frightening that people stayed home all over the place, like it was a post-apocalyptic death hell, and nobody could go out because of the madness. But it was real nice, and we walked. And I got to tell you here, I didn't even wear a jacket last night. We did carry an umbrella as we were leaving. I said we should grab an umbrella just in case. We brought it. We walked with it. We walked home with it. We never opened it. But everything was shut down yesterday because of the terrorists, of the weather. Is it the National Weather Service? It might have been them. So we've got that was fun. And today, sunny, nice sunrise. Today had a nice sunrise. The sky was a bit dramatic last night. It was kind of a dramatic sky. I'll give you that. And here's a crazy thing. In Washington D.C., we've got a very large church called the Washington National Cathedral. The Washington National Cathedral, also known as the Cathedral of St. Peter and St. Paul. And it's a beautiful structure. It's a wonderful structure. It's a great American historic structure. Although they recently removed stained glass windows of Confederate figures. Who was it? Robert E. Lee and Jefferson Davis. They removed, I think that's right. They removed the stained glass windows, and they were just kind of blank for several years. Well, I see now that they've replaced those stained glass windows with protesters from the Pound Me Too Black Lives Matter movement, because liberals run the place. They're Episcopalians, they're Protestants. And, the largest cathedral in Washington is still the Catholic Cathedral on the other side of town, the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception at the Catholic University of America, the biggest cathedral, the Catholic Cathedral. But the Episcopal Washington National Cathedral, wonderful, beautiful place. The only president buried in Washington, D.C. is buried in there. Woodrow Wilson, progressive Democrat, racist, segregationist. Democrats, how they are. Got that. And got all kinds of, they got Matthew Shepard is entombed in there. That's based on a big lie. They got Helen Keller buried in there in the National Cathedral. Got them in there. But in any event, the cathedral for 50 years has been lit up at night. The exterior of the National Cathedral lit up, illuminated beautifully at night. You can see it from miles and miles away. You can see it from Virginia. You can see it from all over Washington, D.C. at night. Oh, the cathedral, doesn't it look great? Doesn't it look wonderful, lit up at night? Well, interestingly enough, they stopped illuminating the National Cathedral in mid-December, before Christmas. And the National Cathedral was dark at night. It's been dark at night every night since mid-December, and dark right through Christmas, dark all the time, dark for all of January, dark for all of February, and it was dark every night this month until yesterday. I said to Michael, I emailed something to us. We email things to each other. I emailed something to us about the National Cathedral being dark at night, and I had meant to get to it yesterday on the radio, and I didn't get to it yesterday on the radio. And I went home and I told my best girl, I wanted to get to the cathedral thing, but I didn't get to it. And, people in half the city of Washington can see the cathedral when they walk outside of their homes by day or by night. And people in Virginia and people far and wide can see the National Cathedral from great distances. And you always see it at night because the way it's illuminated. And then suddenly it wasn't illuminated. And yesterday I told Michael Piercy, I keep meaning to get to this. I want to get to the National Cathedral being dark at night. It's another sign of the death of Western civilization and faith in America. Not faith in America, but in America, the lack of faith. And last night, my best girl and I, we went out and said, wait a minute, the cathedral is lit up. The cathedral was lit up. It was illuminated last night, just like days of old. And the cathedral once again lit. I don't know if it's going to be lit up again tonight or if there was some secret St. Patrick's Day thing. In fact, I think it was the north rose window appeared to be lit up with green. And I thought, well, that's rather peculiar. Maybe it's because St. Patty's Day is tomorrow. And that means today is St. Patty's Day. And, you know, don't start drinking too early, though, because St. Patty's Day, you know, St. Patrick's Day is still the biggest drinking day in America every year. Still the biggest drinking day. But you know what comes in a close second now? You know what comes in a close second? Do you know? Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. That's what does Barack Obama call it? Cuatro de Mayo. Cuatro de Cinco. Sorry, he called it Cuatro de Cinco, not Cinco de Mayo. That's the 5th of May. Cinco de Mayo. That's Spanish. Very, very international. So he got that going. Yeah, but the National Cathedral, which has been dark since before Christmas, suddenly illuminated last night. On the first day that I brought it to Michael Piercy and said, I keep meaning to talk about why they're not illuminating the National Cathedral. And I don't know if it had anything to do with me mentioning it to Michael. I'm thinking probably not. But then after months of being dark every night, the National Cathedral was illuminated again. And I hope that that's going to be the norm again, because you know, this darkness, hello, darkness, my old friend, and it's run by Democrats, liberal Democrats. They're, they're not conservatives at the Episcopal Church, the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., not by any stretch of the imagination. But it's a great showplace of a cathedral. It's an iconic cathedral. It is built by the centuries-old methods. No steel. It's not a steel frame. It's classic Gothic construction and architecture and so on. And of course, it's where we have our funerals for Ronald Reagan, his funeral, Washington funeral there. George H.W. Bush. They even had Jimmy Carter. They even had Jimmy Carter there at the National Cathedral. Kind of a big deal. It's an amazing place, and I've been there. I'd sort of had through my various professional positions and relationships with the cathedral over the years for a variety of reasons. I was there for the laying of the final stone, the final pinnacle. The initial cornerstone was there. Teddy Roosevelt came up for the laying of the cornerstone to start the construction of the cathedral, and then it was finished during H.W. Bush, President H.W. Bush's presidency, and I was there for the last day of the last stone, the last pinnacle on one of the west towers being laid atop the cathedral. And then President George H.W. Bush was there for that, Republican president there, and Teddy Roosevelt, the Republican president, for the cornerstone being laid. It's a great place, but they should illuminate it at night. And they stopped for months through the Christmas season and all that. And last night, happy to see that this landmark in Washington, D.C., high on a hill, as George Washington had envisioned it would be, building a great cathedral in Washington, D.C. And it's a wonderful place. But, you got to look out. There are Democrats everywhere, and they're dangerous. Speaking of Democrats, let's move to Tehran, because the Democrats, they're a lot like the Islamic Revolution, the Islamic regime in Tehran, and the Democrat Party. They've got a lot in common, but there's news out of there. There are more developments out of there. Tehran leadership suffers blow as Israel says 2 top Iranian officials killed in strike. This is what happens when you spend your whole life going to war with everybody around you, and they're all more powerful than you are. They might let you live for some period of time, but then eventually they're going to drop a satellite-guided bomb on you. And I know you guys don't know anything about it. You're still sharpening sticks on the sidewalk so you can stab people with them. But, then there are cultures that fly over in B-2 bombers, and their bombs are directed by satellite, and they put them in your hummus bowl. Surprise, surprise. But I'll update you on this because 2 key Iranian figures killed. It used to be a joke long ago when I was at the Pentagon that the most dangerous job in the world was being the number 2 guy at Al-Qaeda, because every number 2 guy at Al-Qaeda was being killed, knocked off like this, just boom, 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 right? And Osama bin Laden was getting away, but the number 2 in Al Qaeda kept getting killed. And then after Osama bin Laden was killed by SEAL Team 6, then the next up was the number 2 guy, and that once again it became a very dangerous job to have. And it looks like the same thing is going on in Iran now, where if you're next in line to become the terrorist leadership in Iran, you just might get a guided bomb unit up your skirt because you're wearing a skirt. That's the thing about that. And amazing. Also in Canada, this is a lot of crazy stuff going on in Canada. I was telling you about their euthanasia, how they're killing people. They're putting people to sleep at twice the rate that they're putting dogs to sleep or twice the numbers at least. They're putting dogs to sleep in Canada. And now a Calgary middle school bans food in cafeteria for Ramadan. Kalakalaka, Mohammed Jihad. So they're Islamizing the children in Calgary, Canada, to accommodate the rising tide of the jihad in Canada. Isn't that amazing? And that goes with a story that we pulled about a week ago. Actually, not even a week ago, just a few days ago. Rats are jumping ship. Is the Iranian regime relocating to Canada? Wait till you hear this, because you got these Hajis and the terrorist leaders in Iran. They're fleeing Iran and they're headed to Canada, where they're taking up residence. Yes. Also in New York, where filthy criminal jihadis live in Gracie Mansion. And, Mamdani and his loving wife, who hates the Jews. Boy, does she hate the Jews. Anti-Israel activist who called Jews cockroaches has multiple links to the Mamdani family. Of course, naturally. Come on. Who doesn't know that? I've got Dana, I'm out of my depth Milbank at the Washington Post, got an update on his career. It's not going very well. So we've got that. The White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, has cancer, diagnosed with cancer. President Trump talked about it a little bit. Guns in Virginia, because the left has taken over. Jasmine Crockett and the felon she hired. She loves felons. We've got a lot going on today. And then we got TLC singer Chili. A little backlash over Michelle Obama posts. Oh, no, what could Chili have posted? We're at 888-630-9625. A lot to get to today.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Into Jessup, northbound 95, crashes north of Maryland's Route 32. Still have volume on the Beltway, outer loop into Silver Spring, inner loop for Chevy Chase, and off the 270 spur heading toward the Legion Bridge. Long-standing crash, DC 295 in Blue Plains. Heavy, unusual delays through there. Potomac River crossing still hung up. Canal Road and Key Bridge heading into Georgetown. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and cold today with a high of 43. Clear skies overnight, low 27.
Prime one-day delivery is fast. How fast we talking? We're talking yoga mats and fitness trackers delivered so fast you can kick off your routine tomorrow fast. We're talking weights at your door without really waiting fast. Water bottles and hydration backpacks fast and fast. The resistance bands faster than you can say feel the burn fast. More jump ropes just a hop, skip, and a jump away, aka fast. Whew. That was actually a good workout fast. Fast one-day delivery for all things fitness. It's on Prime.
There's no place like home with Americu Credit Union. For more than 75 years, Americu has helped your friends and neighbors step into the homes of their dreams. Let us help you find yours. Apply today at americu.org/home. Equal housing lender.
It's time to wake up to a chance to win. The Powerball jackpot is rising. So get a stretch in, pour yourself a cup of joe, and head to your favorite New York lottery retailer to seize the day. It's your chance to win the $85 million jackpot. Good morning and good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope Line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date, and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unexpected. Rewards are guaranteed. DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering the most generous rewards in the market. With DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're not betting what might happen, you're betting what's happening. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HEART. That's code HEART to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
AmeriQ Credit Union's rewards and high-rate checking accounts are worth celebrating. Open an AmeriQ high-rate checking and earn an unprecedented rate. Or open a rewards checking account and earn rewards with every swipe. Open an account today at ameriq.org/checking.
Never miss an episode of the Derek Hunter Show. If you do, we just might talk about you. 3 o'clock on WMAL.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. And somebody got stabbed. It's like going to Daytona Beach for spring break. It's dangerous out there. Well, they have 4 shootings on the beach, Daytona Beach, Florida, spring break.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard smoking a joint.
Hey, we're headed to the beach. Grab my Glock, would you? You know, we're going to the beach. That's gotta head to the beach. I got here's a great headline. We talked about this last couple of days. Ayatollah disappointed to learn 72 virgins awaiting him in paradise are all women. Oh, no. Hey, Ayatollah, his son, you know about his son, right?
This is the Chris Plant Show.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center at 66 East, hung up back near Nutley Street to the exit 2, the Beltway on the exit ramp to the outer loop for the crash. Long-standing accident, DC 295 southbound in Blue Plains along the right side. We're still very heavy to get through there. Northbound bunched up from Joint Base Anacostia Bowling to the inbound 11th Street Bridge and onto the freeway. Out of Virginia, still slow out of Shirlington across the 14th Street Bridge. Maryland, 95 northbound, the crash is north of Route 32. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and cold today with a high of 43. Clear skies overnight, low 27.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help.
Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, driveway safe and level. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. NHIC 140530.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $50 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
AmeriQ Credit Union's rewards and high-rate checking accounts are worth celebrating. Open an AmeriQ high-rate checking and earn an unprecedented rate. Or open a rewards checking account and earn rewards with every swipe. Open an account today at ameriq.org/checking.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop it and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just...
You know, Rusty, I went up on Chinchilla's piano and you threatened to blow my head off with a gun. Threatened to fucking shoot me, you fucking bitch. So that's what you want? Is this what you want, Rusty? You're letting that fucking idiot Alpesh Patel do his fucking shit? You gave him Brooks' fucking picture? Fuck you. I better see you denounce Alpesh Patel, Rusty, or I'll never be friendly to you again. On the fucking contrary, I'm going to hate you because you're a fucking idiot for doing what you do. You know better than the other ones. Smarten up. You better come up on my panel and fucking address Alpesh Patel and the others. Tom come up here and he's sick and you can tell by his voice and they're making fun of him. I want to smash every single one of you motherfuckers right in the fucking face. You can't fist fight, DA, you punk motherfucker. You want to see Billy mad? You want to see what it's like to see somebody when they're angry about something that's important? You're an idiot, DA. You trash your fellow countrymen. I've seen you do it over the years all the time. Nashville, everybody. You trash where they live in America. I'm against the war on Iran. So I guess you're okay with all the killings of the innocent people who are protesting. Iranians who don't want to live under that fucking regime. They're fucking terrorists. Iran is a state sponsor of terrorism. Hezbollah in Palestine. You and your little buddy Rum and the rest of them. You fuckers don't dare come up here. That guy from Boston ain't got the balls to come up here on my panel. He'll mute my mic. No, I won't. I'm disgusted with you, Rusty. I've had it. I've bit my tongue too many times with you. It's fucking over with. You better say something to Alpesh. Because if you don't, I'm not going to like you. It's that fucking simple. Well, I'm going to have to copy my link to post it. It's not posting. You better come forth, Rusty. You can't hide from me, Rusty. You block me, but you can't hide me. And you block me because I'm faster on the keyboard than all of you motherfuckers.
In 2024, and describes itself as an independent People's Tribunal. You got to have the communist language in there, the People's Tribunal.
Same goes to you, JC. You owe me 10 minutes, JC.
The People's Tribunal that collects evidence against Israel in Gaza, but not against the terrorist group of genocidal rapists and murderers and kidnappers. Not against them. They're on the side of death for civilization. British Member of Parliament Jeremy Corbyn is another prominent figure within it. Mamdani's artist wife, we call her an artist now, Rama Douaji. She came under fire last week for illustrating a short story that was included in an anthology.
The owners of Vegas need to smarten up too, allowing that fucking bullshit to happen.
By them, is that right?
Fuck you, people in Vegas. Big deal. You got a fucking camera in Vegas.
A friend of the Democrats in charge of New York City.
Blocking motherfuckers.
Of any city on earth.
Billy gets mad if you block him.
But the Democrats there, the Socialist Workers' Party of Adolf Hitler and their boy Joseph Goebbels, Gurgle. Isn't that good? So Diana Islaya, she is her trail of soap is included in Every Moment is a Life. Gaza.
You're a fucking traitor, Dwayne.
The thing is,
you're a chicken shit motherfucker.
Genocide. No sense of irony.
I'll never be nice to you ever.
It was published.
There is no forgiveness here. Not after today.
Naturally.
Especially you, Rusty. If I don't see you say something to Alpesh Patel, you need to come in here and do it.
Everything is political.
If you don't, fuck you, Rusty. You're not getting no more of my support.
Mentally ill lefties right there. Published by Slow Factory.
Bitch.
Mamdani's
JT, you're a punk motherfucker.
Sought to distance the mayor and his wife from Abdul Hawa, saying in a statement that Douaji, 28, has never engaged with or met the activist. Now they just work over the internet and over the phone, and she does illustrations for her book. The wife of the First Lady of New York does illustrations for the jihad because she's a filthy jihadi, just like her rotten to the core husband. Isn't that amazing? But Abdul Hawa was a featured speaker at Columbia University's Center for Palestine Studies, in which Mamdani Sr., a professor in the school's Department of Anthropology, he studies primitive cultures, has long been associated with. And isn't that amazing? Just great. So their best friends are jihadis. They do work with jihadis. They lie to everybody about their work with jihadis because she's a lion sack of Julia. And we got all that. So Abdul Hawa, a novelist, traveled to Gaza in 2024 to give 8 writing workshops for young writers. Did they usually involve torture and kidnapping and murder? Because those are their areas of interest there for the youth. They look forward to their adulthoods. She's the founder and executive editor of the Palestine Rights Literature Festival. That sounds like a lot of laughs, doesn't it? Hey, where are you going? I'm headed to the airport. I'm going to the Palestine Rights Literature Festival. And she is also with the Playgrounds for Palestine, Inc. That's where they learn to make explosive devices that will blow them up in crowds of innocent people. Playgrounds for Palestine funds the writers group. They've got funding sources always. I bet George Soros is back there somewhere. According to federal tax filings, and also spent $255,000 for the purchase and installation for children's playground and skate parks. Yeah, but they put landmines in them because that makes the skate parks much more fun, much more interesting. So the jihadi mayor of New York that the Democrats voted for, including Jewish Democrats in New York, voting for this guy and his wife, they're just flat out jihadis. They're here to kill Western civilization. They're not on our side. All right. Now, with that said, we, the Ayatollah of rock and roll, he was killed in an airstrike in Iran recently, and he was the leader of the #1 state sponsor of terror and a religious leader in Islam, of course. One of the biggest in the world. I don't know if there was a bigger Muslim religious leader. Maybe there's, the Imam in Mecca or something, but we don't know who that is. And isn't that amazing? But in any case, he was killed. And then the report was that his son was going to become the next Ayatollah. And it turned out that his son is Mujtaba Khomeini. And it turns out that his father thought that Mujtaba Khomeini might be gay and didn't want him to be the leader of the Islamic Revolution for obvious reasons, because if he became the Ayatollah, the first thing he'd have to do as Ayatollah is kill himself. He'd probably have to tie his own hands behind his back, first putting a noose around his neck, and on the roof of the tallest building he can find, and they're not very tall, but enough. And he'd have to hurl himself off the rooftop, hurtling toward the ground with a noose around his neck and a long rope that'd snap him. And he would have to shout Allahu Akbar himself while he killed himself, because that's what they always do when they hang the gay people in Iran.
What the fuck?
And the Democrats are on the side of the Iranian regime because of their many mental illnesses. So we got that going. Now, this headline is just a wonderful headline, and I mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. But
I need a new phone. This fucker don't want to work.
To learn is the Ayatollah who was killed in an airstrike, and the Israelis, as we understand it, dropped
Hit the send button. It won't send.
The Ayatollah Khomeini, not to be
Freezes
confused with Khomeini, but it's like Smith or Smythe. What's the diff? And here's the headline: Ayatollah disappointed to learn 72 virgins awaiting him in paradise are all women. Oh, no, not the women. That is because, it might run in the family like monkeypox, and like canker sores. They run in the family. Oh, no. Isn't that terrible? That is, I've got to say, I should probably say that that's actually the Babylon Bee headline. It's not an actual headline. It's the Babylon Bee headline. But these guys at the Babylon Bee are funny. I want to buy beers for these people because these are funny people. Ayatollah disappointed to learn 72 virgins waiting him in paradise are all women.
Wow.
Oh, no. That's a gay joke, I think. The rumors about his sexual preference circulating amid the ongoing military conflict ravaging his country. The new Ayatollah, Mujtaba Khomeini, was reportedly disappointed to learn that the 72 virgins awaiting him in paradise were all women. What are we going to do now? Sources within the regime revealed that the recently chosen supreme leader had called his most trusted Muslim scholars to search the Quran to determine if the 72 virgins awaiting martyrs in paradise had to be female. Come on, couldn't they be little boys? See, it's another thing they have in common with Democrats here. Child genital mutilation. And naturally, this reminded us of what? You might be aware. His reminded us of fried zucchini. Fareed Zakaria at CNN, and he brought on a lady who's an expert in Islam to talk about the 72 virgins awaiting you in paradise when you martyr yourself.
Well, God, he didn't want to make a post.
Of innocent people.
The Arabic word for virgin has been mistranslated. The original word that was used in the Quran was the word for raisin.
What?
72 raisins.
Raisins.
Imagine the surprise of the terrorist who expected something completely different.
And now for something completely different.
And now for something completely different. A man with 3 buttocks.
Wow. I turned that motherfucker off.
Monty Python was way ahead of the Democrats, weren't they? They're decades ahead of the Democrats. They're already doing that stuff in in England before it started happening here. Isn't that amazing?
Fuck,
yes, it is.
Christ.
Now I've got to tell you here's one headline from Fox News. Canadian conservatives accuse government of harboring Iranian operatives. Last week we were just talking about how Canada euthanizes people. That is to mean they put an injection in their arm and then they put them to sleep like they're kittens. But they'd never do that to kids.
Fuck
they
you,
care about
cocksuckers.
People they'll kill because they're the left, but they love kittens. And they're putting people to sleep. And twice as many people put to sleep every year in Canada as dogs. I'm not making this up. And of the people that die in Canada every year, 5.1% of them are people that are put to sleep by the state, by the government of Canada, which used to be such nice people. Look what happened to Canada and Minnesota at the same time. Minnesota. But that is crazy. Now, here's a fun headline from March 12th of 5 days ago of 2026. Trump warns of Iranian sleeper cells as Canada.
It's got to be this phone doing that. That's fucking ridiculous.
Regime operatives.
Hesitate,
Canadian
motherfucker.
Conservatives say 239 Iranian regime officials had visas canceled, but only one has been deported.
Doesn't do it in my chat.
They got this is like Democrats.
A
They
little
got people
bit.
that are like Democrats up there. After President Donald Trump warned recently about Iranian sleeper cells potentially operating in North America, Canadian opposition lawmakers are accusing their government in Canada of allowing operatives linked to Tehran's regime to remain in the country. They're setting up shop everywhere you look. Trump said Wednesday U.S. authorities were monitoring Iranian networks believed to have entered the United States.
I don't fucking lurk at her fucking place.
Said, I've been briefed on
I go there if I see something in Vegas. I don't watch her chat every fucking day. Can't fucking stand her. Why the fuck would I want to listen to that dumb bitch?
But we know where most of them are. We got our eye on all of them. We actually.
That's a stupid person, Lady Venom.
But isn't that amazing? And then Pajamas Media with the story on March 14th, 3 days ago. Rats are jumping ship. Is the Iranian regime relocating to Canada? And they've got a great story on this, and there are a couple of tweets on it. Iranian regime
It's really fucking windy out.
Are reportedly starting
and
to
it's
flee
cold
to
and
Canada.
there's snow.
They're leaving Iran and going to Canada out of fear of regime collapse. They're setting up shop in Western civilization, and liberals are saying, oh, they'll make good neighbors, and they'll chop off all of our heads later on, but at least we'll be open-minded about it because Democrats. So Canada's got this crazy stuff going on, and then Calgary Middle School bans food in cafeteria for Ramadan. Sure, Ramalama Ding Dong. A social media post has gone viral showing that a Calgary public school is forcing students who are not fasting for Ramadan to stop eating in the lunchroom. Seems to me if you're not eating, maybe you're the one that should not be in the lunchroom. The lunchroom is for lunch. But when you're a liberal, this is how stupid you likely are. Isn't this amazing? Just amazing. So in Calgary, Canada, there's a post shows an email to parents from Fairview School, notifies the parents of lunchrooms being designated no food spaces during Ramadan in an effort to be more inclusive. This is what they say. They want to be more inclusive. So they're inclusive of the jihad and of Muslims, but if you're Western civilization, screw you, because we're liberals, and liberals are here to kill civilization. They're not liberals, of course. They're leftists. They do it in the name of liberalism, but that's because they're so dumb and so corrupt that this is what they've come up with. Amazing stuff. Yes, sir. And I still haven't gotten the 2 Iranians killed. I will update you on the 2 Iranians. The leaders, they were the last 2 leaders. Hey, these guys might take over the country. And then kaboom, Mohammed Abdul Karbam, and they're dead now. Now they're meat on the wall. Gonna have to hose them off. We're at 888-630-9625. Liberalism is murdering Western civilization. What's up with that?
Imagine the surprise of the terrorist who expected something completely different.
You're listening to the Chris Plant Show.
Fareed Zakaria on CNN. He's Indian.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Storage for delays into Jessup. Crashes northbound 95, north of Route 32. Beltway Prince George's County, the crash in Temple Hills on the outer loop before Route 5, Branch Avenue. Interloop slows in through Oxon Hill. Road crews are set up again on the American Legion Bridge with the left lane blocked, jammed not only off of 270, but the Beltway leaving Bethesda before Old Georgetown Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and cold today with a high of 43. Clear skies overnight, low 27.
It's time to wake up to a chance to win. The Mega Millions jackpot is rising, so get a stretch in, pour yourself a cup of joe, and head to your favorite New York lottery retailer to seize the day. It's your chance to win the $50 million jackpot. Good morning and good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope Line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
The pediatric team at Community Health Center of the North Country understands your kids are the most important things in your life, and each one of them is unique in their own way. This means care needs to be personalized for each son or daughter you bring through the doors at our Ogdensburg Health Center. Dr. Sunny Patel and Dr. Tiffany Hecht accepting new patients now and providing that personalized pediatric care for every stage of your child's life. Visit chcnorthcountry.org for more information.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop it and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unexpected. Rewards are guaranteed. DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering the most generous rewards in the market. With DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're not betting what might happen, you're betting what's happening. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HEART. That's code HEART to turn $5 into $200 100 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Blue Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
Here's Rich Robertson with a CES IT service tech tip.
Hi. For over 30 years, I have received multiple calls from CEOs that go like this. Rich, we're terminating our IT team at 5 o'clock. Can you help us? Or it's an IT director asking, hey, we lost a tech and we can't find a good replacement. Can you fill the gap? Of course we can. What they were not expecting is that our cost of IT services is only half. That's right, half of what they were paying for the previous IT staff. Our managed and co-managed services cost less, and we bring along a high level of advanced cybersecurity expertise.
Visit CESITservice.com to schedule a quick 15-minute call or call 301-620-1580. CES IT Service is your secure network to quality IT service. CESITservice.com or call 301-620-1580.
WMAL, making sense of mainstream media because the double standard is real. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
All right. So many wild stories and so little time. Let's go to the telephones, Michael, and talk to the great American people. Let's go to Patrick on this St. Patrick's Day, calling from the state of Florida. Patrick, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Good morning, Chris, and a fine St. Patty's Day to you as well.
Hi, it's a tie, potato tie.
Yeah, I've got too many St. Patrick's Day jokes just to tell in one show. So
wait, you're really Irish.
Meat of it. Yeah,
that's great. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm Irish and Scandinavian, which brings me to my Scandinavian nemesis, who is Koya Kalas, who I'm sure nobody knows who she is, but she's the foreign minister for the European Union. And today she got up and said that the Iranian war was not Europe's war, which I was bewildered by that statement because the geographics of her country, Estonia, is backing up to Russia. You would think that in the future you might want to have America as an ally as Putin begins to roll into other countries. But I can also understand her position because they already have war in Europe. They have one war in Europe that they're not paying any attention to either. So
yeah,
I don't know what to say about this. And it's just
the rising tide of Islam is what you're talking about, of course.
Well, I'm talking about Ukraine. They're doing nothing.
Well, yeah, that European war. And everywhere you look in Europe and England and France and Scandinavia, being overwhelmed by Islamists that are horning in and started again in Canada. Oh, no lunch for the kids in Canada because of, at least at these schools, because of Ramadan.
Shocking.
Yeah.
And I'll leave you with this little note. I'm from Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
And people often ask me, they say, well, don't you miss Minnesota? Because it's really a close-knit group of people. Not so much anymore, but it used to be. And people say, don't you miss things from Minnesota? You know what I miss most about being from Minnesota?
Yeah.
Being proud to be from Minnesota. That's what I miss most.
Yeah.
So anyway, Chris, you're the greatest because you are the most sincere to your callers, and we appreciate that.
Well, I wouldn't know how else to be, but that's very nice to hear, Patrick. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, and it is sad what's happened to Minnesota because of the Democrats and the left. And yeah, we got to keep our eyes peeled for this rising tide of Islamism and the Democrats supporting that rising tide.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. Another top Iranian security official has been killed.
Major strikes overnight targeting the Iranian capital of Tehran, taking out top official Ali Larijani. Larijani was largely seen as the de facto leader in Iran following the opening strikes of Operation Epic Fury. Even on Friday, he was in the streets of Tehran for Quds Day, directly threatening the United States in live TV interviews. He was taken out in one strike. In another strike, a top commander from Iran's IRGC Basij forces, Gholam Reza Soleimani. This was a joint U.S. and Israeli effort on the intelligence level.
Fox News' Trey Yingst. Senate Republicans set to push a test vote today for the Republican-backed Save America Act.
We'll know today if the Senate can even begin debate on the Save America Act. The test vote comes this afternoon. Some Republicans are on the fence. It's the most important issue to President Trump.
They say that's an 80% issue. I think they're 99% issues. They want voter ID, but the Democrats don't. Everybody wants voter ID. Everybody wants proof of citizenship.
Democrats say the bill suppresses voting. They argue that the bill imposes unnecessary complications for people to vote.
Fox News' Chad Pergram. A new report from the National Transportation Safety Board provides new details into the cause of last month's gas explosion that destroyed a home and forced dozens more families from theirs in Centerville.
According to this preliminary report from the agency, a resident across the street reported smelling natural gas early that morning, some 10 hours before the explosion. A Washington gas technician found what's called a grade 1 leak, the most serious type, usually prompting evacuations. Well, that didn't happen. A crew was still working to repair it when the explosion occurred. Investigators now say the leak appears to have been coming from a gas main underneath the street.
7 News' John Gonzalez. The man accused of putting pipe bombs near the RNC and DNC headquarters says he should be pardoned.
Attorneys for Brian Cole say his client did not plant the pipe bombs near the headquarters of the RNC and DNC on January 5th, 2021. But if he did do it, he would be covered by the blanket pardon issued by President Trump for January 6th defendants. One of Cole's attorneys said Trump's pardon was for those involved in, quote, events at or near the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, arguing that like many of the January 6 defendants, Cole was, quote, motivated by grievances about the 2020 presidential election. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
A technician at the Spotsylvania Regional Medical Center is accused of sexually assaulting several elderly patients.
Sheriff's Office tells us 29-year-old Adam Hall engaged in non-consensual sexual contact with a patient. During the investigation, police say there were several other similar allegations against Hall. We're told he has been working at that hospital since 2024. He now faces 3 counts of sexual battery involving incapacitated victims.
7 News' Josh Chapin checking your money. The Dow is up 349 points. NASDAQ's up 139. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
The winter models don't miss in the DMV. Snow, sleet, and ice are here to stay. It's Vince. Do you need a new roof? Trust Valor, where they believe a roof is not just protection, it's peace of mind. That's why right now, Valor is offering 50% off materials, plus no interest until 2027, making it easier than ever to protect what matters most. And great news, Valor is now expanding with a brand new Northern Virginia office, delivering even faster, trusted service. But what truly defines Valor is Operation Raise the Roof, giving back to those who serve. Recently, Valor provided a brand new roof for Air Force veteran Sergeant Mason Menke, ending years of stress and worry for his family and friends. If you need a new roof, honor, respect, and trust your home to Valor. Tell them Vince sent you. Call 833-83-VALOR or visit valorhome.com.
Trust your home to Valor.
Supporting our veterans.
833-83-VALOR.
Prime one-day delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking game night delivered by tomorrow night fast. So we can win fast. Cards fast, puzzles fast, team games at your door in a day fast. Doesn't matter what the game is, we will dominate fast. We're talking game over, you win fast. Fast one-day delivery for the win. It's on Prime.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
Steve Hirschhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Heading through town right now, 395 northbound, very heavy and slow as you leave Arlington from Glebe Road across the 14th Street Bridge onto the freeway. Westbound freeway is also very heavy from the 11th Street Bridge to the 14th Street Bridge. Around the Beltway now on the outer loop, expect to find it slow from College Park to Silver Spring. The outer loop is also very slow from the exit to go north on 270 to the work zone after the Clara Barton Parkway in the left lane. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Things have settled down. Sunshine back. West breeze will make 43 feel a little bit chillier. A few clouds with sunshine. Tonight, 27, clear, suburbs colder. Tomorrow, sunshine again at 43. Thursday, a little milder, partly sunny, 55. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray staging on WMAL.
36 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
Trump turns all of our allies against us, and now he's begging their help. It's like that classic children's book, The Boy Who Cried You Everybody, then kicked a wolf.
Now we know where you guys are getting your information from, right there.
And the crowd of fascists went wild and
late night fucking comedy
and looted a drugstore and shot some cops. You know, the Democrat Party there.
People like Rum and the rest of them come right in the chat and repeat that shit.
Stephen Colbert, the Democrat Party's propaganda apparatus, very, very mentally ill, very unwell.
So what, Alpesh? My meter reads 1. So the fuck what?
Which old country? Doesn't really matter. Just the old country. Well, a very happy Tuesday to you.
Doesn't mean people aren't sharing.
888-630-9625.
I certainly don't pay for views.
A lot going on in the world. That's a for sure. I love that. Here's an NBC fake news headline. Quote, not our war, end quote. U.S. allies balk at Trump's Strait of Hormuz demands. Now, that's an NBC lie in the headline here. He hasn't demanded anything. He has said, hey, come on, we've been providing an umbrella of security to Europe for 80 years now, 1945 to 2025. That's 80 years. And we've been providing that. They're able to sit back and sip Chardonnay, maybe a rosé, Foulet Poussé, and enjoy bonbons and social welfare programs because they don't have to spend anything on national security because Americans in the Midwest are taking up extra shifts so we can pay more in taxes to provide an umbrella of security to the Europeans. And then when the jihad comes knocking at your door, they say, you guys take care of it. We're busy cross-dressing over here because we're Europeans, don't you know? Isn't that amazing? Many European governments expressed reservations Monday about providing military support to reopen the crucial waterway. It's much more crucial to you guys than it is to us. We should just strangle them in terms of energy by not doing everything for them that needs to be done, which is what we've been doing since really 1942, when we entered World War II to push back on the Socialist Workers' Party of Adolf Hitler. And then we had to contain the socialists, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics for another couple of generations. And the left, the thing is, the natural state of being on planet Earth is a state of conflict and a state of war. But the Pax Americana, the American peace that followed World War II, that has kept everybody safe for so long. Now the lazy blowhards, corpulent cross-dressers in Europe. They don't know what to do. They just, oh, well, we can't help because we're afraid of everyone because we're European cross-dressers. But in the meantime, we learned overnight. I learned this morning. I did sleep a bit. I didn't go until after midnight last night. I went to sleep after midnight. I was up at 5 a.m., although I did nap a little bit after I woke up. But that's too much detail, I know. Tehran leadership suffers blow. Oh, no, not a blow. As Israel says, 2 top Iranian officials killed in strikes, plural. Isn't that remarkable? And the Fox News people have published a story on this as well. Top Iranian leaders, Ali Larijani, he's the guy that was going to take over in Iran as the civilian, I think not as the Ayatollah, but as the civilian leadership, the new Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. I miss him, really. I miss Stinky. Stinky was a lot of fun. And it's Gholam Reza Soleimani. Gholam Reza Soleimani killed, along with Ali Larijani, killed in strikes, Israel says, and they would know. They've been doing this for a long time. Iran's top security official, Ali Larijani, and the head of the Revolutionary Guards, Basij militia. That's General Gola. They just call him Gholam. Gholam Reza Soleimani were both killed in overnight strikes and new blows to the country's leadership. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz he said on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Tehran has launched more missile and drone strikes at its Gulf Arab neighbors and Israel, because that's what they do. They get up in the morning, they pick the bugs out of their beards, and then they start killing the Jews because they're the opposite of civilization. And that's a terrible tragedy, because the Persian culture is a great culture taken over by the jihadis, the Islamists, in 1979, thanks in part to Jimmy Carter and the Democrat Party, in no small part, for that matter. President Donald Trump said Monday that Iran is listen to this, talking to our people, Iran is, and wants to make a deal as the war has raged on for more than 2 weeks. The U.S. military says 13 U.S. service members have been killed and about 200 wounded. At least 1,300 people in Iran, you see, at least 850 people in Lebanon, and 12 people in Israel have been killed in the war, according to those countries. Now, this guy, Ali Larijani, he was going to be the guy taking over. He has a nice gray beard. He's one of the gray beards, and he was going to take over, but now he did. He did. He not living. He not taking over. And that's going to be a problem for the Democrats because, So we got that. This Tehran leadership suffers another blow. 2 top Iranian officials killed in strikes. And isn't that amazing? And then we got these European countries, the Independent out of the United Kingdom. Why countries are rejecting Trump's call to send ships to Strait of Hormuz. Now, I laughed at this morning. It's not even in the story, but I just remember it from this morning. 3 countries that are refusing to send ships to the Strait of Hormuz and yet depend very heavily on oil coming out of the Persian Gulf. 3 countries that are refusing to send ships include, get a load of this, Germany, Italy, and Japan. That's the Axis in World War II. That's Germany, Italy, and Japan. Germany and Italy, fascists, run by the Socialist Workers' Party in both cases. And Benito Mussolini was one of the leaders of the Socialist Party before he jumped on the fascist bandwagon because they were going someplace and the socialists were too lazy, but they're communists. And, and they were them. And then the USSR, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, and then Germany, the National German Socialist Workers' Party, the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Do you see a theme emerging there? I do see a theme emerging there. Isn't that amazing? And in Iran, Canadian conservatives accuse government of harboring Iranian operatives, and Pajamas Media, PJ Media. Rats are jumping ship. Is the Iranian regime relocating to Canada? Distinct possibility. as a Calgary middle school bans lunch in the cafeteria during Ramadan because it's Ramadan, and they're adopting Sharia law in the name of liberalism. Isn't that wonderful? Also learning that the mayor of New York and his loving wife, who hate the Jews more than death itself, they're locked in with these anti-Semites that call Jews cockroaches and vampires, and then they laugh it off because they're just the Democrats. You know, the Democrats elected them. Even Jewish Democrats elected them. And today is St. Patrick's Day, which means it's the drinkingest day of the year in the United States of America. And number two is, of course, what? Cinco de Mayo, number 2 drinking day in America. Fun story out of Chicago today. NBC 5 in Chicago. Sharks in the Chicago River? ? That's Lake Michigan. It's fresh water, and the river is all fresh water. Sharks like salt water, but sharks in Chicago River. What to know after sightings reported at river dyeing. They dye the Chicago River green every year for St. Patrick's Day because it's fun, and because they've been doing it since before liberals made everything unfun. A set of fins could be seen circling the emerald waters during the annual river dyeing. Dyeing the river green is great fun in Chicago. Are there sharks in the Chicago River, or is the dye getting to you? See, that's the question many in the city of Chicago may be asking after sighting of an animal highly unusual for the waters of the Chicago River were reported during the annual river dyeing event on Saturday. It's an event when they dye the river. People come down and hang out on bridges and drink and probably smoke pot and other stuff now too. A set of fins could be seen circling the emerald waters during the annual river dyeing event. Took place at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and here are pictures of it. It looks like giant sharks. During the St. Patrick's Day celebrations, the freshly dyed green river had a fun twist. 2 shark fins appeared to be slicing through the festive waters. The waters were festive. Fortunate for those enjoying kayaking on the Chicago River, the fins were not those of real sharks. Instead, the fins were a visual stunt orchestrated by Netflix to promote an upcoming film called Thrash. It could be trash, but you'd have to change a little bit of the spelling. Starting at the south side of Columbus Drive and the river, the surprise shark fins swam up and down the main stretch of the river between 11:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. That's a long time. And they got robot sharks, according to a Netflix spokesperson. It's not a spokesman or a spokeswoman, it's a spokesperson because nobody's sure. The movie set to release April 10th centers on the aftermath of a Category 5 hurricane that decimates a coastal town and a subsequent storm surge that brings hungry sharks into the area. There's another reason for the Second Amendment, in case you needed another. It was written and directed by a Norwegian filmmaker who goes by Tommy Wirkola, and stars Phoebe Dynevor of Bridgerton fame and Whitney Peak. I don't know who those people are. In case you missed this year's river dyeing event, you can rewatch it on the video that they posted there, because that's fun. Yes, it is. And New York City, this is kind of wild, actually. New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade. Now, you may be aware that our country is turning 250 years old this year, right? It's 1776 and 2026. We turned 250 years old. In New York City, they've been having the St. Patrick's Day Parade on St. Patrick's Day every year for 265 years. 265 years. 15 years before 1776 came along, they started having the St. Patrick's Day Parade. I bet there was a lot of drinking back then. What do you think? Because that's pretty amazing. 265 years, 265th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City, March 17th. Isn't that just great? One of the city's oldest and most beloved institutions. Kind of fun. And it is. When I heard that this morning, so that's actually pretty interesting. Older than the country, the parade is older than the country, than the United States of America. And because the Irish love a good parade, and especially if it involves some of that fine Irish whiskey or, things like that, because I think I'll have myself another glass of that fine Irish whiskey, as Ronald Wilson Reagan, then President of the United States, once famously said. The news media didn't go along as though it were fun.
I'll have another drink of that fine Irish whiskey.
Ah, yes, President Reagan. He was great fun too. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, sir. All right, let's see. Let's grab a quick phone call, Michael. Let's go to Andy calling from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Andrew, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, not much. What do you say?
Hey, not a lot. You're talking about they might be having the sharks in the Chicago River. There is a possibility of that. If there's if the Chicago River runs to the ocean, they could be bull sharks because they're the only ones that can go from fresh water to salt.
Well,
and vice versa.
They'd have to swim a long way. They'd have to swim from New Orleans all the way up the Mississippi River to the next, what is there? And they'd have to swim literally from the Gulf of Mexico up the Mississippi. The Gulf of America, and make their way up the river to Chicago. It's a long swim in fresh water for sharks.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
They've been seen way up the Mississippi. I know that much.
Is that true? Bull sharks? Well, it turns out it was just Netflix promoting doing what they do, promoting mediocre television.
Yeah.
You know how they are. They're not the greatest. They're not the greatest creative people in the history of the world.
I was also another thing that doing with this Iran thing. Couldn't we? I know we couldn't, but wouldn't it be great if we could just go the way that we did Japan and just drop the big old A-bomb on them and just take care of everything?
Drop the big one and see what happens. Who is that? That's a great song. Drop the big one.
Yeah.
That's a great song. Well, Japan, they had gone pretty crazy. And look what nice people the Japanese are now. Aren't they? They're the nicest people in the world.
Their whole way of thinking.
It sure did change their whole way of thinking. Yes, it did. That sums it up very nicely. Yeah, because before that, they weren't nice people at all.
No, they wouldn't.
Comfort Girls and the Rape of Nanking and Unit 731. Nobody knows about Unit 731. They used prisoners of war for biological warfare, laboratory rats, and murdered them all. The Japanese were quite terrible until we helped them to straighten out and become the Japanese we know and love today. Andy Fun, bull sharks. I'm still looking. I'm looking it up, buddy.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Prime one-day delivery is fast. How fast we talking? We're talking yoga mats and fitness trackers delivered so fast you can take off your routine tomorrow fast. We're talking weights at your door without really waiting fast. Water bottles and hydration backpacks fast and fast. The resistance bands faster than you can say feel the burn fast. More jump ropes just a hop, skip, and a jump away, aka fast. Whew. That was actually a good workout fast. Fast one-day delivery for all things fitness. It's on Prime.
Finally, car shopping made for you. Meet Car Gurus Discover, a new search feature where you can look for vehicles using your own words. Whether you want great gas mileage or extra trunk space, simply type it in, and Car Gurus Discover will give you real shoppable listings that match. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
It's time to wake up to a chance to win. The Mega Millions jackpot is rising, so get a stretch in, pour yourself a cup of joe, and head to your favorite New York lottery retailer to seize the day. It's your chance to win the $50 million jackpot. Good morning and good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope Line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
What does your welcome home look like? Is it a cozy corner or a wagging tail? The sound of kids playing in the yard or a friendly wave from the new neighbor? However you define it, let AmeriQ Credit Union help you make it happen. For more than 75 years, AmeriQ has helped your friends and neighbors finance the homes of their dreams. After all, there's no place like home. Let us help you finance yours. Apply today at ameriq.org/home. Membership eligibility is required, insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The pediatric team at Community Health Center of the North Country understands your kids are the most important things in your life, and each one of them is unique in their own way. This means care needs to be personalized for each son or daughter you bring through the doors at our Ogdensburg Health Center. Dr. Sunny Patel and Dr. Tiffany Hatt accepting new patients now and providing that personalized pediatric care for every stage of your child's life. Visit chcnorthcountry.org for more information.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop it and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Their devotion to date night may not change over time, but plan sponsors know their retirement needs will. Help deliver the retirement your employees deserve with support for both saving and spending. Vanguard, well on your way. A 401k plan to embrace all of life's moments. Visit institutional.vanguard.com to learn more. All investing is subject to risk.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $50 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
AmeriQ Credit Union's rewards and high-rate checking accounts are worth celebrating. Open an AmeriQ high-rate checking and earn an unprecedented rate on the first $10,000 in your account. Or open an AmeriQ rewards checking account and earn cash back, travel, and more with every grocery visit, every swipe, and everyone you know. Discover checking accounts worth celebrating and open an account today at ameriq.org/checking. AmeriQ and you. Let's connect. Insured by NCUA.
Washington's best way to wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
No, we were listening to Andy, and Andy was great talking to Andy. And I did a bunch of looking it up. A friend of mine who's a real smart guy and investigates things and stuff said, hey, listen, according to Mr. AI, bull sharks can swim 700 miles up the Mississippi River all the way to Alton, Illinois. I said, what? And I looked it up on the Google Earth map, and I looked for stories. And it turns out there are stories all over the place from 2021. Researchers affirmed 2 bull shark sightings. No, bull shark. And this is kind of amazing. They've got bull sharks caught in the Mississippi River. 2 bull sharks swam up the Mississippi River to St. Louis. The St. Louis 2021 story from Fox 10 in Phoenix. What do they know about it? They're in Phoenix. They don't know nothing. I'm telling you. I don't have time to go back to the telephones because I like to run out the clock all over the place. Talk, elephant talk. Yeah, we were just listening to Randy Newman drop the big one. What's it called? Political Science. It's called Political Science, the name of the song. Talks about dropping, boom goes Paris, boom goes London, boom Paris, More room for you and more room for me. Fun song, Randy Newman. Good stuff. All right, we're coming back. We got lots of
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10:30. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. The director of the National Counterterrorism Center has announced his resignation, saying he cannot in good conscience back the Trump administration's war in Iran. Joe Kent, who was appointed by the president, says on social media, Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it's clear we started this war due to the pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. No comment yet from the White House. Israel says it's killed 2 senior Iranian security officials in overnight strikes and a major blow to the country's leadership. The killings would strip Iran of important leaders as the Islamic Republic faces its greatest test in recent decades. Still recovering from last night's heavy winds, Dominion Power down to about 6,500 outages, mostly in Spotsylvania and Stafford counties. In contrast, Pepco's down to less than 100. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Steve Hirshhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
On the outer loop of the Beltway as you cross the Wilson Bridge heading into Maryland, there was some police activity blocking the outer loop. All traffic is being sent onto St. Barnabas Road. The incident happened between St. Barnabas Road and Route 5 Branch Avenue. To avoid the stopped traffic, use the local lanes. You can continue on the outer loop using the local lanes there. Otherwise, in that delay, leaving Alexandria. Outer loop at the Beltway before Old Georgetown Road. It was an accident. 2 right lanes are closed. Delays for Connecticut Avenue. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and cold, and a high of 43. It is 37 at Reagan National. John Matthews, WMAL News.
AmeriQ Credit Union's rewards and high-rate checking accounts are worth celebrating. Open an AmeriQ high-rate checking and earn an unprecedented rate. Or open a rewards checking account and earn rewards with every swipe. Open an account today at ameriq.org/checking.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so, too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Your chance at a jackpot is waiting on every corner. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a Powerball ticket today for your chance to win the ever-growing jackpot, currently over $100 million. Good luck out there, New York. Please play responsibly.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date, and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unexpected. Rewards are guaranteed. DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering the most generous rewards in the market. With DraftKings, you're not betting what might happen. You're betting what's happening. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HEART. That's code HEART to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
WMAL, making sense of the border, because laws either matter or they don't. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. I never knew this stuff about bull sharks, not the rest of sharks, but bull sharks. Swimming up the Mississippi River 1,000 miles, even 1,100 miles to St. Louis. St. Louis, pretty amazing stuff. And Alton, Illinois, up the Mississippi. And it's kind of funny because they say it was a 5 foot, 84 pound shark caught in 1937. So it doesn't happen very often. I think it's fair to say that. And another in 1995, nearby Rush Island, Missouri. Crazy. These sharks, you got to look out for them. Might have to hit them over the head with Louisville sluggers. Things like that. All right, let's, Michael, let's go to the telephones and talk to the nice people. And I've got a lot of audio that I want to get to, and crazy stories because of crazy Democrats. There are a lot of them. They're out of their minds. Yes, sir. I got to get back to Jasmine Crockett, Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who's a mental case. And she, her security guy, she had a personal security guy. And it turned out he's a psychotic criminal with a long criminal history who was getting in a gunfight with a SWAT team with his illegal gun. And the SWAT team had to kill him. And now Jasmine Crockett is defending him, saying, "No, but he's a real nice guy. He's very nice." Lunatic. I want to get back to that, too. Let's, in the meantime, let's go to the telephones. Let's go to Josh, calling from Carbondale, Illinois. Joshua, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Chris,
hey, Josh.
love you long time. I think you know that. Let's act like grown men and get on with the show. I called in. I called in to thank you. I won't mention any names because I know you have a lot of friends in the industry, but the petty podcast wars are taking over all of my favorite podcasts to the extent that I don't listen to them anymore. You still deliver every day, news-driven, humor-driven, the kinds of things we actually want to hear, and it's really gotten immature. I don't know how closely you're following it, but I'm just glad you haven't turned your show over to all that petty nonsense.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. And yeah, there have been a lot of strange things going on lately, and that's, sort of right-on-right violence. And Tucker Carlson, I used to go on Tucker Carlson's television show on the Fox News channel, and I'd see him around town every now and then. We never go on vacation together or go golfing in Maine or anything, but I always liked Tucker, and a nice guy, smart guy, and I liked the show on Fox News channel and all that stuff. And what has gone on with Tucker, I just don't understand at all. Between Trump and Israel and the Jews and all this stuff, it's completely nuts. It really is. And then Megyn Kelly jumping in with this Mark Levin thing. But apparently Tucker, and see, now I'm doing it, but, apparently Tucker and Megyn Kelly blaming Israel for the war with Iran after 47 years of Iranian terrorism and all this stuff. And then turning on each other and, good old, I'm blanking on her name, then Marjorie Taylor Greene jumped into this too. That's crazy. And Candace Owens jumped in. And I think that's what you're talking about, right, Josh? All this stuff with the Candace Owens and Mark Levin got dragged into it he didn't volunteer, but he's been slandered and maligned. And, Mark is great. He's a great friend. And Mark and his wonderful wife are friends and all that stuff. And I got to say, Josh, I just don't get that. I never liked this, conservative on conservative violence stuff. And I don't get it. But I get along with everybody. That's one of the problems I have, Josh, is I pretty much get along with everybody. I don't have to agree with you on everything, but I'm probably going to get along with you anyway, unless you're nuts. But there's a lot of nuts going on, isn't there, Josh?
Yeah, I'm a long-time listener of people on both sides of all those arguments, and the bottom line is they've made their shows unlistenable. But, I normally get you on the podcast, Chris, so this might be my only chance. Can I hit you with some, old jokes that I wanted to share with you at the time when they were relevant?
Sure, of course. Like why are the boulevards of Paris lined with trees?
A podcast featuring Kamala and Hillary. I'm thinking cackles and cankles.
Cackles and cankles. See, that's pretty good. If they're a team, they got to team up, and it'd be cackles and cankles. Cackling. Yeah, that's good. And cankles on Hillary.
Yeah, and when Chris Christie was in the news, I wanted to call you and ask you this important question. I hope you'll answer it honestly.
Sure, of course I will.
Have you personally ever seen in the same room at the same time Chris Christie and the Gilgo Beach serial killer?
And the Gilgo Beach serial killer. I do not believe I have ever seen them in the same room. You suspect that there might be a connection that Chris Christie might be the killer?
You know me better than that, Chris. I don't throw wild accusations out there like that.
And then he eats them. He might kill them and eat them.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. That's fun stuff. And Carbondale, Illinois, there's a big college there.
I always wondered if you ever made your way this far south in Illinois during your time in Chicago down here to Carbondale. It was quite the party school in those days.
It was quite the party school in those days, and I really didn't. I mean, as soon as I turned 19, I moved to California, and I guess I could have been, but I wasn't, I didn't have a car, until, and I had friends that had some fun cars, but no, we really didn't go down to Carbondale very much for the parties. I did go there when I was working for CNN. When I first started there working on an arms control series, I went to the university there to interview people about about nuclear weapons. And I think and I spent a couple of nights there, actually in a dormitory. It was in the off season. And that's the only time I've ever been there, truth be told. CNN, nuclear weapons.
It's the home of the Salukis, Chris, and you're always welcome.
The Salukis. That's great. All right, that's wonderful stuff.
Mascot, but I know you've got lots to cover. I'm going to get back to work, but it's been great talking to you. I've wanted to do it forever, and just keep doing what you're doing. Don't get distracted with all the petty nonsense.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I'm going to take that advice to heart. And I've got to tell you, the only person I've talked to about it is my best girl, about all this Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Megyn Kelly.
We've actually reached the micro penis stage of the.
We have actually reached the micro penis stage of the. Yeah, because.
It was inevitable, wasn't it?
I guess it was. Yeah, it's true. Megyn Kelly suggested that Mark Levin, of all people, is suffering from micro penis malady. And then who else jumped in? Marjorie Taylor Greene jumped in, now former member of the House of Representatives, jumped in and said that she agrees with Megyn Kelly on Mark Levin and micropenis. And I have no reason to think that's true. I know Mark and his wife. We've never been skinny dipping together, but it's not something that I have a lot of interest in, I've got to say. But Mark is great. He's the great one, for crying out loud. And I just, Josh, I just don't understand this stuff. I wouldn't do that. It's blue on blue violence, and I know we're supposed to be red, but I don't use that. Josh, I don't use that. I don't call conservatives red when the Democrat Party is farther left than they've ever been. They're more red than they've ever been. I don't use that red state, blue state stuff because I know better than that. But this is crazy. And Megyn Kelly, I used to do her TV show on Fox as well. And I find my best girl listening to Megyn Kelly in the car sometimes when I get in the car with my best girl and she's driving. Hey, that Megyn Kelly's on it. And of course, I listen to Mark Levin when I'm driving home from work at night. And I love Mark Levin, personally. And he's no slacker. He's no slouch. And he knows what's going on. And also, I am pro-Israel when it comes to the wars between Israel, which represent civilization. Israel represents civilization, and the troglodytes from hell who represent jihad and a bloodbath everywhere we go. I'm against the bloodbath and I'm in favor of civilization. And to me, that just couldn't be easier. And I know who's attacking who here. Israel isn't going around picking fights with their big neighbor, Iran. They're not even next door. They're a couple houses down the street. And it's not Israel picking a fight with the big bad boys. It's the big bad boys in Iran picking the fight with Israel. And it's an ongoing battle, and it's against civilization. And again, Israel has the only patch of land that's not sitting on oil, and they've created a civilization, the greatest civilization in that region of the world that has ever existed, and naturally that has to be destroyed by the medievalists, right, Josh?
Yes, I think it's fair to say we have important things that need to be debated and discussed, and I think we're just getting a little sidetracked. And I know the president weighed in recently on Twitter or X, if you like, and that fuels the fire. I'll be glad when we can all get back to talking about the SMID.
Well, that's right. The SMIDs, severely mentally ill Democrats. Let's get back to the SMIDs. That's the business at hand. No, that's right. And the president did weigh in on the side of Mark Levin, and I guess he took a shot at Tucker Carlson and at Megyn Kelly, and I just don't get that. I don't know why Megyn Kelly would do that. I don't know why Tucker Carlson would do that, or a number of other things that he's said and done recently. I don't understand that at all. Josh, I'm still the remember normal guy.
Yeah, I like everybody you've mentioned. I wasn't going to bring up any names because I know you have friends in all places, but I like everybody you've mentioned and been a long-time listener of everybody that you've mentioned other than Candace Owens.
Right.
And there's Ben Shapiro. There are others involved in this. And
that's right.
I think that's the point, is that the shows are no fun to listen to, and they're petty, and they're not news-driven. And, of course, they don't bring it the way you do, but I don't expect that.
I'm not even sure I know what that means, but I think it's positive and it's good, and I'm happy.
I mean that you're the best. That's all.
Well, you're very kind. You're very kind. I honestly, I just don't understand all this stuff. And it's here's a headline: Tucker Carlson says Trump's Justice Department is coming for him. I find that to be improbable. Trump's Iran meltdown.
Greta flashbacks when he went over there to Israel and pretended that they tried to arrest him. I was having Greta Thunberg flashbacks when he was being such a drama queen.
Greta Thunberg, that was Tucker, right? Yeah,
Tucker shows up in Israel. The whole thing's on video, and he they harassed me. They did this, and they're all taking selfies, and it was very Greta-esque.
How dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we just had to drop in a little Greta there because,
I didn't mean to offend her.
Headlines everywhere. Trump's Iran meltdown. Tucker Carlson branded as Iran agent by CIA. This is completely nuts. What's going on here? As media feels the heat. I don't think the media ever feels the heat. Tucker Carlson claims the CIA reviewed his messages with Iran and say, well, why is Tucker Carlson messaging with Iran? I don't know why that's a starting point here. Reviewed his messages with Iran and says the Trump administration could charge him as foreign agent. The Foreign FARA Act, Foreign Agents Registration Act, which was violated by Hunter Biden, among others. But isn't that amazing? Tucker Carlson claims CIA read his text with Iran and is framing him as a foreign agent, and the word framing is in quotation marks. You're American media figure, and Tucker Carlson is very wealthy, very successful, and comes from a comfortable family and all that good stuff. He's got nothing to worry about. And I just don't know why you'd be getting into bed with the Islamic Revolution in Tehran, why you would find yourself as anti-Israel. And if you are anti-Israel, look, I can even understand that if that's your position, but you don't have to be a nut about it. Why is everybody a nut, Josh?
I don't know. I agree with you as usual, but my overall opinion is just that, it took the mainstream media decades to come to the opinion that they were the story and to feel like they were so important. And it's taken our podcasters about 5 to 10 years, and now they're the story. And they had like this get together where Megyn was going to be the go-between, like she was Switzerland, and they were going to, and it's like, this isn't about you guys. Get back to the news.
Yeah. Yeah, doing your job, and it's not about you. Well, that's kind of funny. I just said that out loud. It just happened. But one of the things that I've always said is that this is not about me. This show is not about me. I don't talk about me very often. Every now and then I do, and I'm kind of embarrassed when I do. But I don't talk about me very often, and I certainly give my opinion, but I don't think I'm a thought leader or someone that gives. If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. I just don't. That's not my way of thinking. I think that this is America. We're the model for all of humankind, and we all get to have our opinions, even if we're wrong. And I have friends that I disagree with on big things and little things, and I don't care. Although, let me tell you this, Josh, because a lot of old friends that I've had going back to CNN days who are lifelong Democrats, and they self-describe as liberals and things like that. And I'm perfectly happy to sit down at a dinner table and, eat food and have beers and talk about whatever. They can even drink wine. I don't care. And fine. But what has happened is the people that call themselves liberals, have become so intolerant of any diversity of opinion that they don't behave the same way around me, because they and their party have gone nuts. Their political party, they've gone nuts. I'm the same guy I always was, and I haven't changed a bit as far as I can tell. And I just don't understand. It's the age of political fanaticism in the United States of America, when the Democrat Party is supporting the Islamic Revolution in Tehran, and not Israel, and not the United States, and not the U.S. military, because the Democrat Party is just not on our side, Josh.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I'm on to them.
Yeah, we all have to realize that and say it out loud. And it's a terrible thing. It really is a terrible thing, because civilization is under attack, and I'm on the side of civilization. That's pretty straightforward stuff, I think, Josh.
Well, I'm so glad you're there and doing what you're doing, and I just wanted to tell you that don't change a thing, because that's the trend, and you're not going with the trend. You set the trend.
Yeah, well, thank you, Josh. That's great. That's wonderful. And yeah, you're right. It's a trend that I will. I don't really go with any trends. I just do what I think is right and true. Say what I think is true. And if I'm wrong, you're welcome to call in and explain to me why I'm wrong. That's why talk radio is such a great medium. And one of our brilliant callers earlier said that he likes the way that I treat callers, and that not everybody doing talk radio speaks to callers with respect. And I respect your opinion, even if I don't agree with your opinion. That's, to me, being an American. That's kind of important. That's what civilization is. Crazy as that might sound. Thank you, Josh. Fun call. Not just because it was, but thank you. Flattering, perhaps, but thank you very much. We're at 888-630-9625.
How dare you!
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
It's time to wake up to a chance to win. The Powerball jackpot is rising. So get a stretch in, pour yourself a cup of joe, and head to your favorite New York lottery retailer to seize the day. It's your chance to win the $85 million jackpot. Good morning and good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope Line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Yo, son, I think so too. Have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car. Home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
AmeriQ Credit Union's rewards and high-rate checking accounts are worth celebrating. Open an AmeriQ high-rate checking and earn an unprecedented rate. Or open a rewards checking account and earn rewards with every swipe. Open an account today at ameriq.org/checking.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. License in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. NHIC 140530.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $50 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
WMAL, making sense of party politics, because somebody's got to hold their feet to the fire. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
WMAL.
The Department of Homeland Security and the Commonwealth of Virginia are in a conflict because Democrats love crime and they love criminals. Here is a Fox News story. Migrant accused of groping multiple high school girls faces charges as Department of Homeland Security warns Spanberger, the new Democrat governor there who's a communist, warns Spanberger against release. One mother in the Fairfax County school system said this entire horrifying situation is the direct consequence of policy with really dysfunctional priorities. And here is Israel Flores Ortiz with multiple counts of sexual assault, because 9 counts of sexual assault from El Salvador came into the United States illegally in 2024. And Now, the Department of Homeland Security is asking Fairfax County sanctuary politicians to not release the illegal alien pedophile charged with assaulting all these girls that he groped at high school. And he would come up behind them and reach up between their thighs and grab and grab them and pull them. And he's not famous. Let's start with that. And so...
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. A top Trump administration official has resigned over the military operation in Iran.
Jill Kent resigns as director of the National Counterterrorism Center, writing in a statement, "I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. It is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby." He goes on to write, "As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war manufactured by Israel, I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people nor justifies the cost of American lives." Shannon Kent was a Navy cryptologist killed in a suicide bombing serving in Syria in 2019. Joe Kent was confirmed by the Senate as National Counterterrorism Center Director last July. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Israel says it has killed more top Iranian officials.
U.S. and Israeli forces teaming up to assassinate Iran's de facto leader, Ari Larijani. And it was just a few days ago that Larijani was openly mocking President Trump, walking on the streets of Tehran on Friday on Quds Day. And also the commander of the besieged forces, that's the IRGC's paramilitary forces that have cracked down on Iranian dissent, slaughtering over 30,000 protesters, according to President Trump's estimates.
Fox News' Lucas Tomlinson in Dubai. Cuba has reported island-wide blackouts as the country's energy crisis deepens.
The root cause is still being investigated, but obviously a U.S. energy blockade of Cuba has virtually cut off all Venezuelan oil headed to the island. Plus, President Trump has threatened tariffs on any other country selling oil to Cuba. Blackouts have been common. This is the third in the past 4 months, and it appears to be the most severe. President Trump says Cuba is on the verge of collapse, and the U.S. will be, quote, taking it soon.
Fox Business' Lauren Simonetti. Despite a new law banning their cooperation with federal immigration efforts, some Maryland sheriffs are pushing back.
I don't believe the governor nor the legislature has an idea to the magnitude of the damage they've done.
Former County Sheriff Chuck Jenkins pointed to the nearly 2,000 accused of serious and violent crimes turned over to ICE, and now it's a what's next scenario for jurisdictions. While some consider legal action, Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese followed rules and found a loophole.
My office did notify ICE that we would no longer participate in a formal agreement, and as a result, we developed an informal agreement that mirrored the formal agreement.
As for the difference between the two policies,
Well, I stamped informal on the top of my policy.
Scott Miller on WMAL and WMAL.com.
The Sober Ride program to give you a free ride home is available as always on this St. Patrick's Day, but the public service is facing cutbacks.
Usually we cater to when the majority of commercial establishments are doing their St. Patrick's Day event.
This year's Sober Ride is being offered today only. Kurt Erickson, president of the Washington Regional Alcohol Program, explains.
We have had a doubling of ridership in this fiscal year of the Sober Ride program.
Erickson calls it an affordability issue.
It's a good problem to have, the fact that ridership is up, as long as that translates into reduced incidents of drunk driving.
Also noting Sober Ride is a 3-person nonprofit with a limited budget. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
The Dow's up 235, NASDAQ up 148, traffic and weather now.
It's time to wake up to a chance to win. The Mega Millions jackpot is rising, so get a stretch in, pour yourself a cup of joe, and head to your favorite New York lottery retailer to seize the day. It's your chance to win the $50 million jackpot. Good morning and good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope Line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Prime One Day delivery is fast. How fast are we talking? We're talking game night delivered by tomorrow night fast. So we can win fast. Cards fast, puzzles fast, team games at your door in a day fast. Doesn't matter what the game is, we will dominate fast. We're talking game over, you win fast. Fast One Day delivery for the win. It's on Prime.
Outer loop of the Beltway, the southern stretch as you leave Alexandria, in delays from after Telegraph Road to Forward 1 across the Wilson Bridge to the earlier police activity that was after St. Barnabas Road. Everything on the outer loop there is now open, but it's still very slow trying to get from Virginia into Maryland across the Wilson Bridge. Elsewhere on the Beltway, the outer loop is slow from Old Georgetown Road to the work zone after the Clara Barton Parkway before the American Legion Bridge, blocking one left lane. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Things have settled down. Sunshine back. A west breeze will make 43 feel a little bit chillier. A few clouds with sunshine. Tonight, 27, clear, suburbs colder. Tomorrow, sunshine again at 43. Thursday, a little milder, partly sunny, 55. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging on WMAL.
37 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
For Democrats, a government shutdown is just fine as long as it seems to be working for them politically, no matter whether it's hurting hardworking Americans. No matter if it's jeopardizing public safety and national security. Mr. President, make no mistake, Democrats' shutdown is harming hardworking Americans and putting national security in jeopardy.
Yes, Republican Senator John Thune, the majority leader, Republican leader in the United States Senate, and has a good no-nonsense line. The Democrat Party makes everything more dangerous because they love murder. They love crime. They raise criminals. So many of them are criminals. That's one of the issues that we have. I just mentioned that in Fairfax County, Virginia, the Department of Homeland Security, the Trump White House is on the case. They've got a Democrat as governor there now. They want to take away everybody's guns. Did you see that they were banning all kinds of guns in the State House and in cars and what they call assault rifles? And they exempted themselves from these laws. The Democrats did in the State House in Richmond, Virginia, which was where the Democrats made the capital of the Confederate States of America in the American Civil War. And the Democrat was Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederate States of America. The Democrats in Virginia, really, and they've been called out on it here and there. They actually had to go back and change their laws so that they didn't exempt themselves from the strict gun laws that they had just passed for the rest of the state. And someone pointed out, hey, look at the language in here. It says that the elected officials in Richmond, Confederates that they are, they've exempted themselves from the new gun laws. And they were shamed and humiliated publicly, even though they're not capable really of shame and even of being humiliated. They humiliate themselves at home in closets and things, but that's another thing. But now we've got a story out of Virginia, which used to be a squared away state, and now the left is there and they're murdering the state. The Department of Homeland Security put out a statement, and it's a perfectly good statement. I did this last night. DHS, that's the Department of Homeland Security for Democrats trying to follow along. DHS asked Fairfax County sanctuary politicians not to release illegal alien pedophile charged with assault after he groped high school girls. Only 9 of them, only 9. And the Democrats like, come on, he speaks Spanish. Let's give him a rub down and let him go. Because the Democrats love crime and they protect criminals. This criminal illegal alien reportedly assaulted multiple underage girls and attended 11th grade as a 19-year-old. low IQ theater. The Democrats also like low IQ people. They vote Democrat, and that's one reason that the Democrats like them. So the Department of Homeland Security today, the Department of Homeland Security announced a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement requested Fairfax County, Virginia sanctuary politicians not to release Israel Christopher Flores Ortiz. Until I was 5 years old, I was Christopher Orteg, but that's another story for another day. The 19-year-old criminal illegal alien from El Salvador. Isn't that where MS-13 and Senator Chris Van Hollen went down there to dine with a gang member who beat his baby mama? And the Democrats love that. They went down and elevated Kilmore Abrego Garcia to legendary status in the Democrat Party. Aren't they amazing? So he's the illegal alien. He's 19 years old. He's from El Salvador. And he was arrested for 9 counts of assault and battery, all of them sexual in nature, all of them on young girls. According to local reports, this criminal alien groped multiple girls while attending a local high school, despite the fact that he's a 19-year-old adult. He's accused of repeatedly creeping up behind the students in crowded hallways and grabbing them between the legs. This is the Department of Homeland Security statement. Flores Ortiz illegally entered the United States in 2024 and was released into the country under the Biden administration. This 19-year-old criminal illegal alien should not have been attending a Virginia high school and allowed to prey on innocent teenage girls. He now faces 9 counts of assault and battery. This is yet another example of the Biden administration's failed open border policies, said Department of Homeland Security Deputy Assistant Secretary Lauren Biss. We are calling on Fairfax County sanctuary politicians to not release this predator from jail back into our communities to assault more teenage women. When you're a teenager, aren't you a girl? Teenage girls shouldn't be girls. Unfortunately, Governor Abigail Spanberger ended cooperation with ICE and is siding with criminal illegal aliens over American citizens. That's true. And that's because she's a Democrat and they're all mentally ill. SMIDs, severely mentally ill Democrats. The SMID family. I wonder if there's a family out there named SMID. You think they got Abigail SMID? Governor Spanberger's decision to end cooperation with ICE in Virginia has allowed criminals to be released back into American communities when politicians bar local law enforcement from working with the Department of Homeland Security. Our law enforcement officers need to have more visible presence, you see, so that we can find and apprehend the criminals let out of jails by Democrats and back into communities, while Governor Spanberger continues to allow the release of pedophiles, rapists, gang members, and murderers onto Virginia's streets. DHS law enforcement will continue to risk their lives to arrest these heinous criminals. DHS law enforcement is protecting American communities every day from another senseless tragedy like this taking place in another town or to another family. Victims of illegal alien crime may receive support from the Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement Office. See, that's VOICE, but it's got an acronym because everything has to be an acronym. And they've got a phone number for that there. Oh, by the way, there's more because the Democrats, again, they love crime and criminals. Amazing stuff. In Boston, Massachusetts, the Department of Homeland Security, another statement. 4 weeks ago, a frustrated ICE agent in the sanctuary city of Boston contacted me, telling me a group of anti-ICE agitators had just blown their operation. They were doing a quiet undercover operation to arrest an illegal alien, child sexual predator, And the Democrats got out there to protect and defend the child sexual predator in Boston. So listen, the group of anti-ICE agitators had just blown their operation. The operation was designed to arrest a Salvadoran fugitive who's wanted in his home country on an arrest warrant for child rape and has been living near a Boston elementary school, which is where the Democrats want him. ICE statement, again, he told me while he and his team were in their vehicles, this is the ICE team, while he and his team were in their vehicles surveilling the target's residence in East Boston and waiting for him to come out so they could arrest him since he's a child rapist from El Salvador and in the country illegally. And the Democrats want more of this because they're mentally ill. So they were waiting for him to come out. The ICE team was quickly surrounded by a gang of Democrat activists who blew whistles, cursed at them, and they're likely minorities, so they're racists for cursing at them, and they're protecting a child rapist, an illegal alien child rapist from El Salvador, and said they said that the ICE people were traumatizing children at a nearby school where the illegal alien from El Salvador, who's wanted for child rape, lives down the street from the school, and the Democrats are protecting the child rapist, who is an illegal alien from El Salvador. Did I mention that? Sure. Their cover was blown, the ICE agents, and the whole neighborhood was alerted, and the child rapist was not arrested. And that's the statement from the Department of Homeland Security. That's the Democrat Party. They're mentally ill. And by the way, because the Democrats have defunded TSA, transportation security at airports and so on, before the Democrat Party shutdown, the Schumer shutdown this time around, TSA nationwide call out rate on any given day, how many TSA employees call in sick or call out sick. And that is 2%. Normally, on any normal day, 2% of TSA employees call out before the shutdown. Now, 10.1%, more than 5 times as many TSA people calling out sick every day because of the government shutdown, and they're not being paid. What was it, Friday? So it wasn't yesterday, but it was Friday. The TSA people did not get paid. They're bi-weekly. Democrats are good with bisexual, but not bi-weekly paychecks. Just appalling. These people are a disgrace to civilization. This is the Democrat Party. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, let's do that, because Aaron Baker is with the Federal Government Employees Union. Even FDR was against government employees being allowed to unionize, but nevertheless, this guy seemed like a pretty solid guy. Where is he now? Oh, I apologize. Okay, Aaron Baker, American Federal Government Employees Union, and he's out there speaking for the people that are not being paid and that have been shut down by the Democrats. Here is Aaron Baker, American Federal Government Employees Union.
Unlike other federal agencies such as ICE and CBP, TSA employees are working without pay. Many are coping with eviction notices, vehicle repossessions, empty refrigerators, and overdrawn bank accounts. Every available financial option has been exhausted. Yet, these officers are still coming to work to protect the traveling public. And
now we learned before the shutdown, 2% would call in on an average day, call in sick. And now 10.19%, nearly 10.2%, calling in sick. Nationwide call-out rate surged, in fact, by 500%, more than 500%. And this is 100% because of the Democrats and Chuck Schumer. And if you work for the TSA and you were not paid on Friday, 100% because of the Democrat Party and Chuck Schumer and the Democrats who are not on the side of civilization. Just appalling. Our Democrat Party. It's almost as if they're not on our side. I also have the Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House came out and talked about some of this. He talked about several things, actually, and I have the Speaker of the House coming out, and I've got President Trump as well. And then there's, where we have this, the Canadian lady. I want to get to this Canadian lady, too. She's, I guess she's a conservative. She's got to be a conservative because what she said made sense. Therefore, ipso facto, obviously a conservative. You know that abortion can move very quickly, very fast, and right now in communities all across our great land, some women are being pressured and cajoled into making an irreversible decision in a moment of panic, a moment of fear. Young women, they're told to act quickly or risk losing support from you-know-who. Many of the women feel that they have no other option. But because of you and people like you, the women do have options. At Preborn's network of clinics across America, a woman receives what the abortion industry would never offer, and that is to welcome her baby into the world. Compassion without pressure, clarity about the life growing inside of her, and gospel. Right? She's given a free ultrasound as well and space to breathe a little bit. More than 80% of the time when a mother sees her baby on a preborn ultrasound, the little fella growing inside of her, guess what? She chooses life. This March, that's this month, Preborn wants to help save 6,800 babies. But it's going to take 124 partners every day saying yes. So here's my request to you. All right? Pause your busy day for just a moment. Take a minute to become a yes right now. Just $28 provides one ultrasound for a pregnant woman. $140 provides ultrasounds for 5 mothers. Every dollar helps to save a baby's life, and it helps to share hope as well. To donate, all you have to do is dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby when prompted. That's pound 250, the keyword is baby, or visit preborn.com/plant on Al Gore's amazing internet. That's preborn.com/PLANTE. Yes, sir. There it is. Yeah, I've still got a lot of good stuff ahead. And you, the great American people on the line. We're at 888-630-9625.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Prime one-day delivery is fast. How fast we talking? We're talking yoga mats and fitness trackers delivered so fast you can kick off your routine tomorrow fast. We're talking weights at your door without really waiting fast. Water bottles and hydration backpacks fast and fast. Resistance bands faster than you could say feel the burn fast. More jump ropes just a hop, skip, and a jump away, aka fast. Whew. That was actually a good workout fast. Fast one-day delivery for all things fitness. It's on Prime.
What does your welcome home look like? Is it a cozy corner or a wagging tail? The sound of kids playing in the yard or a friendly wave from the new neighbor? However you define it, let AmeriQ Credit Union help you make it happen. For more than 75 years, AmeriQ has helped your friends and neighbors finance the homes of their dreams. After all, there's no place like home. Let us help you finance yours. Apply today at ameriq.org/home. Membership eligibility is required, insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
It's time to wake up to a chance to win. The Mega Millions jackpot is rising, so get a stretch in, pour yourself a cup of joe, and head to your favorite New York lottery retailer to seize the day. It's your chance to win the $50 million jackpot. Good morning and good luck, New York. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the Hope Line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
From lashes for days with the viral Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara to lift and color from the brilliant eye brightener, Thrive Cosmetics is the go-to for amplifying everyday looks. Plus, every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin. Amplify your everyday. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/shine26 for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/shine26.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your
Belcher.
Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really?
Nobody
That's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just test results, but a clear plan built around you. Today, body scans and lab tests are easy to access, but true peace of mind comes from understanding what they mean and what to do next. At Princeton Longevity Center, we go beyond testing to deliver clarity, strategy, and physician-led care designed to help protect and extend your life. Our patients work directly with board-certified physicians specializing in preventive and longevity medicine. Not algorithms, not generic reports, but real doctors who understand your history, your risks, and your goals. Yes, we use advanced imaging and comprehensive diagnostics, but what truly matters is what comes next. We interpret the results, connect the dots, and deliver a physician-led personalized plan you can act on with confidence. Because information alone doesn't change outcomes. At Princeton Longevity Center, your care doesn't end with a test. It begins there. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. That's 888-8000-PLC.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unexpected. Rewards are guaranteed. DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering the most generous rewards in the market. With DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're not betting what might happen, you're betting what's happening. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HEART. That's code HEART to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Blue Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 till 9 on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The left is all over what they consider to be a very big story today, that a Trump administration counterterrorism guy named Joseph Kent, has resigned from his very potent position, and it's pretty serious. He's a serious guy. I looked him up. Joseph Clay Kent is now a politician. He was in the Army. He was a warrant officer. He allegedly served with a CIA paramilitary officer and director of National Counterterrorism Center for President Trump. And Joe Kent is 45 years old. He has actually run for office as a Republican before, and he became the director of the U.S. National Counterterrorism Center under President Trump. And today he resigned. He resigned in a huff over the Iran war. And I'm like, dude, this is your job. And he's the director of United States National Counterterrorism Center. How can you be more counter-terror than that? And I looked up this guy, Joe Kent, and he's kind of interesting. He had a wife who was a senior enlisted naval woman, United States Navy, and she was killed in combat in Syria. She was also doing intelligence and counterintelligence matters, and she was killed in Syria. They have a couple of kids. But Joe Kent, U.S. intel official Joe Kent, quits, alleging, quote, misinformation, end quote. Iran war updates. That's USA Today. As I like to point out, anytime they use one word in quotation marks in a headline in particular, that means you're being deceived. One word is not a quote. It's just a word. But USA Today doing that. CNN with, quote, Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, end quote. Trump appointed intelligence official resigns over Iran war. But what does imminent mean? How long will it take until their missiles reach London and the United States? A nuclear weapon, a dirty bomb.
This is the Chris Plant Show.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11:30. I'm Heather Curtis. President Trump reversing course and saying the U.S. can go it alone in Iran. He writes on Truth Social that he no longer needs or desires help from anyone, including NATO countries, Japan, Australia, or South Korea. He says the U.S. has decimated Iran's military and their leaders. He says he's always considered the U.S.'s relationship with NATO a one-way street. This coming a day after Mr. Trump was expressed frustration that NATO allies and other countries refused to offer help securing the Strait of Hormuz. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser releasing new details this morning about the new RFK campus, posting a rendering on X. The bird's eye view shows the 65,000-person roofed stadium, Festival Plaza immediately to the west, and the surrounding campus, which includes housing and restaurants. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by Melwood. Donate your car at melwood.org. Support people with disabilities in your community by donating your unwanted vehicle to Melwood. Donating is fast, free, and easy. Visit melwood.org or call 1-877-MELWOOD for more information.
Here's Steve Hirschhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
On 395 northbound, pretty slow from the Beltway up to the work zone at Edsel Road, blocking the left lane. 95 southbound, the vehicle fire that was after the exit for 234 Dumfries before Quantico was clear, but still very slow down from Dale Boulevard, but everything is open now. Beltway outer loop in delays that begin after Old Georgetown Road to the work zone after the Clara Barton Parkway, blocking the left lane. Outer loop after St. Barnabas Road, all the activity involving an earlier police investigation is cleared up. Everything there is open. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Today, mostly sunny, breezy, cold, with highs only in the mid-40s. Right now, 38 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
I'm leaving. I'll be back later, though.
Wake up to a chance to win. The Powerball jackpot is rising.